Hi, I'm Jeff from FindTheBestCarPrice.com, and today I'm going to explain what money factor is and how to calculate it. When you lease a new car, you may have come across a small decimal number. You may be wondering what that little number means. Well, that decimal figure is the money factor, and it indicates the interest that you'll have to pay on a lease. It's used to let you know the finance fees on your lease's monthly payments. You may also see the money factor referred to as the lease fee or lease factor. So, how's the lease factor determined? The lease factor is going to be determined by your credit score. The higher your credit score, the lower the lease fee or the money factor. Is the lease factor similar to the APR on the purchase of a vehicle? Yes. The money factor is basically the interest that you're paying on a lease. With an APR, the interest is expressed as a percentage. With a money factor, the interest is expressed as a decimal point. So, how do you calculate the money factor? Well, one way to calculate the money factor is to simply convert it to an APR. To do this, you multiply the money factor by 2400. For instance, if you're quoted a money factor of 0.003, then you simply multiply 0.003 by 2400 and you get 7.2%. This would be the APR on the lease. Sometimes the money factor may be expressed in an easier to read format, which can actually be a little confusing. For instance, a money factor of 0.00175 may be shown as 1.75. In some cases, the customer can be confused into thinking that they're paying a super low interest rate on their lease. However, this money factor is simply being presented by a factor of 1000. In this case, you multiply the money factor by 2.4 instead of 2400. In this example, you would multiply 1.75 by 2.4 to get an APR of 4.2%. Sure, this may sound complicated at first. However, once you look over several lease deals, you'll be able to easily calculate the money factor. And if you want an even more convenient way to calculate the money factor, just visit the link below this video, where you can find our money factor calculator. So, can you negotiate the money factor on a lease? It's a good idea to try, but most customers who lease a vehicle have never heard of the money factor. Therefore, they don't ask about it. However, the money factor will play a big role in how much you will pay overall for the lease. Is there a way you can get offered a better money factor? Since your money factor is determined by your credit score, you should try to raise your credit score before you lease a vehicle. You can check your credit score for free once a year. The money factor is an important yet overlooked part of a lease. Be sure to learn how to calculate the money factor so you know how much interest you're paying on the lease. You can learn more about how to find a great lease on a vehicle by visiting FindTheBestCarPrice.com.